City will have to put the disappointment and the deflation of Preston North End quickly behind them, as the EFL schedule is so relentless, and that's absolutely no different for Bristol City either. The EFL Cup, or the Carabao Cup, is the next challenge for the Robins, with Oxford United being the opposition. How will we fare up against League One opposition? Here are my thoughts. We'll start with the opposition, Oxford United. Last season for Oxford was real disappointment, starting off with Carl Robinson, who has been their long-serving manager for quite a long time, but after being dragged into a relegation battle, he was fired from the Kassam Stadium. Former MK Dons manager Liam Manning, who had stirred them to the playoffs, was brought in after he was sacked at MK Dons in the same season. They eventually survived in 19th place and just about in League One. But there's a sense of inevitability about Oxford that they should improve and get back to some new levels that they had previously under Carl Robinson and really be pushing for them playoff places. And in my League One predictions, I had them doing quite well and in 7th. This season, they've brought in Ruben Rodriguez, who is mighty impressive at Notts County in their 100-plus point promotion season there in the National League. James Beadle, Finlay Stevens, both brought in on loan from the Premier League. Mark Harris brought in on a free transfer from Cardiff. Stanley Mills brought in on loan from Everton. And Max Voltman is brought in from Liverpool as well. So there's a nice sense of a squad building at Oxford this season. I know it's only one game, but they really got off to a bad start in their League One campaign for this season. In their first game, they lost 2-0 away at Cambridge, who just about survived under Mark Bonner last season. So in terms of instilling fans with a lot of optimism, that is not a good way to start. Throughout the squad, there is some championship quality in there. Sam Baldock up top was there at Reading and Derby. Mark Harris last season at Cardiff had been there for a while. Josh Murphy, obviously at Norwich previously. So there is championship experience there. Even Marcus Brown, who was at Middlesbrough in the championship. So this won't be a huge step up for Oxford. They certainly won't be fazed by the occasion, and I don't think they should be really. So there is some sense of they can compete with us. So that, could prove to be pivotal for them. They have Cameron Brannigan, who I absolutely love, and a lot of League One and Championship fans also do. Has been subject to interest for many clubs higher up in the food chain. So again, another player, if he starts, that is, will be absolutely crucial for Oxford. Kind of a fun story really, but Bristol City have obviously got Rob Atkinson and Rob Dickie as two centre-back options. Rob Atkinson won't be available for this game because of his ACL injury, and I doubt Rob Dickie starts either to prep him for Millwall away, but those are two ex-Oxford players, and I'm sure Oxford fans still love them, still respect them highly and hold them in high regard. But that would have been quite a partnership if both of them managed to stay at the Kassam for Oxford in League One as well. The team that started against Preston, I can say this pretty definitely, will not be this team that starts from the off against Oxford. I do expect there to be some changes. New left back Hayden Roberts will probably start at left back over Cam Pring. Maybe Ross McCrory comes in at right back, or maybe he pushes him into midfield. It'll be interesting to see how he works with Ross McCrory in that sort of department. Up top, well, we have Naki Wells, we have Tommy Conway, we have Sam Bell, we have Harry Cornick, Andy Vyman. So we have options up top. So it'll be interesting to see how he configures them out. I suspect maybe Hans Mehmeti starts off the left just to give him 90 minutes and, see what he can do against League One opposition at the end of the day. Tommy Conway possibly starts, but is he being saved for Millwall? I'm not sure, but it's probably sensible to give him some minutes in the legs. Jason Knight maybe starts in midfield, give him another 90 minutes, let him settle in the side. In terms of centre-backs, I think Zach Ryan and Rob Dickie may start as well. Give them time to build up a partnership and really be solid for us. But it'll be interesting to see what Nigel Pearson does in terms of team selection, because a lot of it is kind of up in the air right now. I'm going to say this again, and I've said this for a lot of the games I've previewed over the years, is that it's not going to be an easy game, even if it is against League One opposition. It's not going to be easy. We can't expect them to just come over and be like, oh, Bristol City, they're not going to do that. They're not going to roll over and just concede defeat almost. I'm not sure Liam Manning is that kind of manager, and I'm not sure they're going to make that many changes, which gives us that much of an advantage. I think they do want to get some momentum going, and if that is up against here, championship opposition, that would be a good start for them. So I don't expect it to be an easy game, and I don't think Bristol City should be expecting one either. Might be a completely new, refreshing team in place from the start for City, but that shouldn't take away from the fact that we should be looking to get through in the Cup. We should be getting some momentum going, and with the fact that Preston was a bit of a disappointment, we need to make sure we can get some momentum going with the squad. Confidence breeds wins. Winning means more points. More points means higher up the league. It's as simple as that. And if we can start that from here, that would be a nice little thing to do. And if we can get far in the Cup, we may get some opposition, which could get some revenue, which at the end of the day is literally what this is for a club of our size in this competition. So that would be a really nice thing for City to get through and face some bigger opposition away from home or at home, and really get some confidence going and get a good feel going around Ashton Gate. So in terms of who I expect to start, I expect Stefan Bajic to start over Max O'Leary, Ross McCrory at right back, potentially, over George Tanner if McCrory has recovered fully. I expect Dickie and Vine to start at centre-backs, actually. Maybe Raf or Knight Labelle come on later on in the game to close the game out if we're 1-0 up or something like that. But we need Viner and Dickie to get consistent game plan with each other, understand each other's games, and really make sure they build a partnership that's quite formidable. Left back, I expect Hayden Roberts to start over Campering, actually, because Roberts has really impressed in pre-season. He's really pushing Campering, so hopefully that his technical quality is useful to us in this game. In midfield, I have absolutely no idea. I know that Andy King will probably start because that's how it is, but apart from that, I have no idea. I know we're short in midfield, Naismith, Scott, but we could honestly be literally anything, and I would not be surprised. Maybe Joe Williams. It could be anything. If Andy Vyman has recovered fully, it could be Andy Vyman as well. Maybe Mark Sykes, another ex-Oxford player, plays in as an 8. Honestly, no clue. On the left, I've gone with Anis Mehmeti. Up top, I've gone with Tommy Conway. Off the right, another tricky one, but possibly Harry Cornick there as well. Maybe even Sam Bell on the right. Just test him out, whether he's still got that, same levels of productivity using his pace on the right. Could be a nice little experiment to try with and see, what his actual preferred position is. And if he is good off the right, then we can swap people around in games, and we could cause havoc like that. So maybe, the only positions I'm not so sure about are midfield and off the right. Apart from that, I think this team, you can kind of read what's going to happen. Well, in terms of my score predictions, I expect us to go through. I think we are the stronger team, really. Not to sound arrogant or anything, but we're Championship, they're League One. We should be winning this on paper. It's Bristol City, though. We never do things the easy way. So hopefully we go on a bit of a cup run. That'd be nice, again, to do one this season, but in the League Cup this time. So I expect us to go through. I think it'll be tight because we'll play a slightly weaker team, a team that's not really gelled. I've just mentioned we've got Mehmeti, who's not really played a lot of games. Roberts, this will be his first start if he does start. Ross McCrory on the right, that'll be his first game for City as well. Stefan Bajic, he's been on loan second half of last season. So there is, if my team is the team that starts, there will be some new faces that are not used to being in the City squad and being in the first team. So there will be some hiccups along the way. So I expect this to be a tight game. I'm a bit nervous, but I think we'll win. I think we'll win 1-0. Maybe an Anis Mehmeti goal. That would be a really nice thing, actually. That would be a really nice confidence boost for him. So, yeah, I think I'm going for a 1-0 win. And hopefully Anis Mehmeti gets his goal, because that would be a really, really good thing for us. And hopefully in the future this season he can, really kick on. So that would be a nice thing for it to happen. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching this match review between Bristol City and Oxford in the League Cup for Robin's second game of the season. What are your thoughts, City fans, Oxford fans, any other fans? In the comment section below, drop them below, and I will respond to as many as I can, obviously, as I do every time. Thank you guys very much for watching, keep safe, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers!